Review for Popeye the Slayer Man. A curious group of friends sneak into an abandoned spinach canning factory to investigate the legend of the Sailor Man, who is said to haunt the factory and the local docks. So this is another one of those movies that is based on a property that's old enough that that anyone can make something out of it, as far as I understand. Like Mickey's Mousetrap, or I guess it was just renamed to the Mousetrap. And this is Popeye the Slayer Man. And, you know, I wouldn't expect too much from this. It's not great. It's just like Mousetrap. I would say I think this is a little better, though, than the Mousetrap. I think it's shot better. I think the acting's a little better. Maybe I'm just more of a Popeye fan, but I'd say it's slightly better. Nothing great here. It's less than an hour and a half. It's like an hour 20, pretty much. You know, you don't really care about the characters. It's got this kind of washed out look. It's shot digitally. You know, Popeye's wearing a mask. He's played by Jason Robert Stevens. And you could tell he's wearing a mask. I mean, it doesn't look great. But I think it's a little better than the Mousetrap, because I thought his outfit was better. Because in the Mousetrap, he's just kind of wearing like a hockey. It's kind of weird. He's wearing like hockey gear. And then you have the mouse helmet. But like that movie, it's all pretty much in one location. This is a little bit more. There's a bar. This guy Dexter is like a filmmaker, and he's flirting with this girl, Margot. I think that's her name. No, Olivia, played by Elena Giuliano. And they're kind of flirting, and there's another girl, Mabel Thomas, who's this redhead, and you think he's kind of flirting with her, but she has this asshole boyfriend, played by Stephen McCormick, who's super jealous. And all of this is going on, that this place is going to get destroyed by a developer, and they're going to go investigate before this place gets destroyed, and he's going to try and make like a short film out of it. So that's pretty much the plot. But you don't really care about the characters. You could tell this was kind of slapped together. They obviously had some type of industrial building that they were able to shoot at. Yeah, it's like Popeye says in the movie, it is well, he says, I am what I am. I am's what I am. So it is what it is. So there's another one of these, I guess. I think is it Popeye's Revenge? I don't know. I mean, I tried to find what the budget was of this, and I couldn't find it, but it's gotta be really small. So spoilers, obviously. I mean, if you got like an hour, 20 minutes to kill, you know, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's pretty dumb and generic, and you're just kind of waiting for the next person to die in the movie. So they go in there. He's already killed this guy who's like head of security for the developer. And for some reason, all he has is like a wrench. He doesn't even have a gun. Only one person has a gun. And this guy is Scott Swoop Angus. He just has a wrench. He gets killed by Popeye. It's like, wouldn't the head of security for a major developer like have a gun? I don't know. And he's kind of just picking them off one by one. Earlier, they go to Mabel Thomas's work, which is a bar. She's a bartender. Her asshole boyfriend comes in, he thinks she's cheating on him with this guy Dexter, who's pretty much the lead with Olivia. And then later, him and his friends, they're like saying that she's cheating on him. So then he goes to the spinach factory, or ex-spinach factory. And of course, you really want him and his friends to die because he's a huge asshole. And he's also wrong. She isn't even cheating on him with Dexter. So it's like this manufactured drama that happens a lot in kind of B horror movies. The kills I didn't find that great. A lot of times he just kind of crushes their skull and you don't really see much of it. They just start bleeding and it kind of cuts away. You hear the cracking of the skull. Wasn't that impressed with the makeup or the gore. But like I said, I think it is better than the Mousetrap. I will give it that. And yeah, he's just picking them all off. You find out that this place was condemned 20 years ago because the spinach became contaminated and there was a cover up. Then they just closed the place, and now this developer just wants to bulldoze it all, create something new. Popeye lives there. You find out he's eating the spinach. Obviously, he's Popeye, but he's eating contaminated spinach. So it made him go crazy, and apparently gives you super strength, too. And also, you can get shot by a gun and be okay, because Stephen McCormick, he brings a gun, or one of his friends does, and they shoot him a couple times, but it doesn't really do much. There's this thing, when you smell the smoke, you know he's nearby because he's smoking his pipe, and I'm kind of like, where does he get his tobacco or his weed from? Because like he doesn't seem like he goes out. He just is there eating spinach, going nuts. And okay, he has a little room at the top where he has a picture of olive oil. I don't know if they've ever say olive oil, but and then later you find out, which is very cheesy and dumb, that Olivia is the daughter of Olive Oil and Popeye. And then later she's like kind of has command over Popeye because she's like, I'm your daughter. It's all very cheesy. B movie, maybe C movie really. And then he's just killing them all. Stephen McCormick is a total coward and pussy because he runs away when his girlfriend's laying on the ground injured. Because one of his friends stabs Popeye, he kills him. The other friend attacks Popeye with a gun, but he's like right next to him, of course. People with guns in horror movies are often very stupid, and it's like you need distance. That's the point of a gun. Maintain your distance. But he kills the other friend. He's able to lift the guy's car up, so it gives you like super strength. But I guess that's what Popeye is, right? He has kind of super strength because of the spinach. But in the cartoon, it wasn't contaminated. But there is a scene that Wimpy's in, very lazily done. He's in the bar and he's trying to get a hamburger, but the guy's like, we don't make hamburgers. And I don't even think he says, I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger today. It's like, couldn't you have at least had that? But he just wants a hamburger, and the guy's like, we don't make hamburgers, get out of here, I keep telling you that. So I was like, is that supposed to be Wimpy? It's like, I guess so. Yeah, and then she's telling him, you need to stop eating the spinach. And then he starts fighting Joey, and he basically rips his arm off. I guess that looked okay. That scene with the arm and the gore. guess that looked all right. And then she promises that we'll return to save you. They leave, the police show up, and then her and Dexter are like, we will return. So I guess that's a threat that they're gonna make a sequel to this. I don't know. I don't think it's, I don't know if that will happen, but if you could do me a favor and smash that like button, be great. Really helps the channel. So back to Popeye. This is one in the trivia. There is some trivia. There's a few, which it was surprising. One of 2 horror films released in 2025 about Popeye that takes advantage of the characters entering public domain that year. Producer Jeff Miller said they went old school and focused on real practical effects instead of relying on CG for the gore. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some of the blood looked kind of CG, but is he saying there's no CGI? Okay. I really wasn't that impressed with the gore. But they had like no budget really, so like I said, a few parts were okay. At around the 1825 mark, you will see a man dressed like Wimpy from the cartoon at a bar. The bartender tells him that we don't sell cheeseburgers here, and for IOUs, get out of here. I don't think he says the famous line though. Why not have him say it? I don't know. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Maybe that's part of what's public domain and what's not. But and then there's a guy in the bar, and he's this old guy getting drunk, and he's like an ex-sailor, and of course he's warning them, don't go there, he'll kill you. It's like, you know, the Friday the 13th thing. But it's just like lazily done. It seems like there's no effort. They just shot this really quick. Like, you know, I mean, how long did it take to shoot this? Like, very low effort. At 1 hour 6 minutes in the movie, they show a picture of Popeye's family. The woman resembles Olive Oil, and the baby Sweet Pea. Oh, was that the kid's name? Okay. At 1 hour 7 minutes, you see an ID card with a woman named Olive Oil. Well, but yeah, that's about it though. I didn't hate the movie. You know, I think the characters are a little bit more likable than the Mousetrap. I think it's better. I think it's shot a little better. I like his outfit more than the Mousetrap movie. So I will give it that. I think it is slightly better than that movie. So, but yeah, that's about it though. I'll see you next time.